Thank you very much. Mary, take your copy. Morning, my lord. G'day, mate. How you doing? Yeah, fucking brilliant, mate. Yourself? Fucking brilliant too. Cider later, 11 o'clock. Yep, see you then. Cheers. Anyway, coffee down. Hey, dudes. Richard here. How we doing? Clearing up that thing we did last night. Right. If you remember last night, we made this little thing, eh? Lighten this up a bit. We didn't know what we were making, but we made this anyway. Morning, everyone. Lovely day. So, I think, can you see me or not? I don't need to see me. Can you see the pot? I'll bring it up a bit, maybe. Don't need to see me, but show that bit off. So what am I doing? We cut this off, so it should get back in its little hole. Get back in your hole. Get in your hole. There we go. So I made some marks and scarring around as a bit of, what do you call it, decoration? Anyway, so when I did that, it left little bits of stuff catching. So before I tried to pick it up and squash them in, I brushed them off. Because they're dry. I couldn't do this last night because it would have smeared. But now it's gone leather hard. They brush off quite nicely. All those little loose chippy bits that I carved out with whatever I used to scrap it with last night. And then I'll be able to pick it up, because this is going to be a planter. It's a beautiful day. It's a glorious day. Absolutely glorious. All I did to this stuff, I did the scratches. I don't know if you can see it there with my little family crest sun. I don't sign any, I'm not going to sign any of my work. All my work is just going to have that sun crest. Cerro said Serio. It's our family, the Kerr family crest. Cerro said Serio in Latin. Late but in earnest. So, late but in earnest. Alright. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I missed the war. How'd we go? Heard that we won. No, that's just a rumour, mate. That's a good rumour. Keep the rumour going, let them know that we won. And then in 200 years' time, they'll fucking totally have no idea that they actually really lost. They were just fighting themselves the whole time until they realise they don't have to fight themselves anymore. Shut up, Richard. The world doesn't need to know that. Some things the world doesn't need to know. So, now I've done that, yep, I should be able to pick her up without pushing those little bits into it. All I did was put the little family sun there. But now, choosing. I want to make this, is going to be a little cactus pot plant. Oh, so we're going to need, do I drill or use these? And do I come in from the top or from the bottom? And I think I'll come in from the top. And I'll do, just use a hole, so there, you twist it in. If you try to push, you'll dent it out and then up. You're going to get that clay out of there now. A bit hard one-handed, otherwise it just wedges up in there. I'll give another one so you can see. Put a hole all the way through. So they have a little drain hole. I'll continue around and do maybe 6 holes, and that's what I'm doing on this piece. There's no point. Twist it out. Get that bit of clay out before you continue on with your next one. Otherwise, you just keep wedging them up in there, and then you'll have a lot of fun trying to get them out. And you can try to be nice and precise. Sometimes it leaves it a little bit in the hole. Get them out. I guess it doesn't really matter if it's evenly spaced holes on the bottom, seeing it's going to be full of growing medium and plant matter, depending on the choice of gardener. I'll put one right in the middle. And Jess, I'm sorry Jess, I saw you hanging plants, you little, okay, so this is, I'm stealing your idea, Jess. So this will sit in a little saucer, little planter saucer. I think I'm happy with that. I'm not even going to trim. Oh, I will. A little clean up. Doesn't need much of one. Let me see. Scrape these where I've poked the poker through. And flat, so it still sits flat on the base. Little spinning top on. Like this. Clean up these edges here. So if you, even if you're not centre, if you keep this hand here resting against that thumb, see how the movement, that's staying, so it doesn't matter if I am out, it's going to be still even on what I'm taking off. That makes sense to people that know what I'm doing here. Alright, I'm going to keep some weight in the base of this. I guess I could remove a bit of weight. Alright. Let's give some grip. Stop it sliding around in the wind. Because it will be a hanging pot plant, this one. Possibly. Option 2, but that looks much nicer. And that's that. That's that clean up in the morning. Thank you, DeLonghi. Beautiful coffee. Lygon Street. Lygon Street. Not a bad copy. Not a bad copy, gang. Grinders on Lygon. I do miss old Lygon Street from time to time, and the Brunswick Street. Megara, a Megara. A grand sale, only at the Franco Cozzo. A Footscray, a Brunswick at Footscray. Anyone remember that ad if you're from Melbourne? Oh. A Megara, a Megara. Grand sale, a Franco Cozzo. Come on down, don't miss the sale. A Brunswick at Footscray. Oh. Franco Cozzo still going? Have a beautiful day, everyone.